There seems to be lots of Nintendo news today, as Shigeru Miyamoto seemed to be a very chatty fellow, and this time spoke about the chances of a Super Mario Galaxy 3. And apparently it is very possible. And he said when speaking to Eurogamer, quote, "A new Mario Galaxy is always in discussion, but even with Mario 64 there's lots of feedback about motion sickness with the 3D, or maybe us making it too difficult." And of course they did return to the more traditional Mario outings, such as of course the 2D new Mario Bros series. However, he did go on to say, quote, "On the other hand, me and Kazumi-san, director of Galaxy, are always looking to challenge Galaxy and do another 3D action title. However, we can't make so many games at once in parallel. But as the hardware technology gets better and advances, I think there will be a lot of opportunity for both options." So naturally he was asked at this point, well, would extra hardware power be needed? Is this perhaps something that's only going to be possible on the NX? And unfortunately Miyamoto was coy as ever and said, quote, "Wii U is definitely good enough in terms of hardware performance, it is more the workload of the team. If you look at Star Fox Zero, the TV and gamepad are both rendered at 60 frames, so in total that's 120 frames. It's really just a matter of the CPU speed at this point." So, given that the Wii U is of course maybe got a couple of years left, depending on when the NX comes out. Of course, we know very little about the NX. We're going to get the first information next year, but as I discussed in a previous video today, we literally have no indication as to whether or not it will have released next year as well. It wouldn't be unreasonable for it to release, as I discussed previously, but we just don't know. But even if you say that the NX comes out in 2017, just for the sake of arguments, if they haven't even begun work on a new Super Mario Bros. Galaxy game, you could argue that, well, would it be worth doing it for the Wii U when the NX is going to be coming out in just a couple of years, which is probably the development cycle for your typical game, especially since they would probably just have to revamp the engine, of course, depending entirely on the type of system they've gone for. I mean, they might even have to recreate the engine in total, depending on the kind of architecture that they go for. But I would imagine that they wouldn't make so much work for themselves, but of course I could be completely wrong. We know so little about the NX, it's pure speculation at this point. I think it's more likely to be an NX title, given that he did mention about the CPU speed, but of course, again, speculation. I think a Galaxy game will be welcome regardless of the platform. I'm just saying that I think logically, I think it's probably going to be NX, but of course, again, could be completely wrong. Love to hear your thoughts though, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.